Here's the problem.
Here's the problem.
There's several problems, actually. The current jail that we have is inadequate. Not only inadequate, but dangerous.
You have a building that's over 100 years old. The infrastructure in it is deteriorating.
We are extremely out of date with what we need to do our jobs. This is why we need a new Warren County Law Enforcement Center.
Bringing inmates to this jail posed a lot of challenges. You had to watch your back, and that makes it very difficult to function as a police officer in this facility.
In this facility, if you have a jailer that goes back to give meals, there's a good chance that he's the only one in this building. Not a very safe scenario for him.
I was interviewing a suspect in the kitchen with just about a million things that could hurt somebody, and overheard a deputy and a jailer fighting with somebody in the book-in room. Do I leave my suspect who just committed a violent crime to assist with another violent inmate? Or, you have to make those kinds of decisions.
I have to be in the same conditions as the inmates. So for them to be safe, I have to be safe as well. And it's lacking. It's lacking safety right now.
That stairway that you watched me come up earlier is the only way up here. Trying to wrestle a guy up 22 stairs is pretty hard.
Myself and other deputies and other troopers have almost gone over the top of that at 10 feet many, many times.
With my husband working there, I know all the improvements that it needs. Oh, this locked up, this room isn't doing this, this jail cell flooded again.
We were trying to take one of the inmates out. He didn't want to come out, so what he did was flooded his cell. So we have to walk in the water, the feces.
One level is key to this facility. Anything on the bottom of that cell block, all the electronic equipment that we have to have gets damaged.
There's a lot of liability in this building, not only for employees, but for the inmates.
It's not just a hole where you get to put somebody because they're bad people. Most of these people are not bad people. They have problems.
This building here is in no way, shape, or form able to deal with somebody that's having a mental episode.
There's steel walls and concrete. They strike the walls, they hurt themselves. They try to hang themselves. Look at these bars. That's a prime example of an easy way to do that.
Eventually this place is going to get shut down by the state. It's going to happen. That takes officers off the streets. That delays response time to emergency calls because we have to transport.
If we don't build a new law enforcement center now, then when?
If the people could come in and actually see how out of date things are, they may have a change of opinion.
I think a new jail would be a peace of mind for police wives, police family.
There are 3 schools in that area. You can see their playground from the front of the jail. Being where it's going to be located will be better and would make me feel better as a parent.
It's very important for us to keep our inmates safe. It's more important for us to keep our employees safe, but most importantly, it's important for us to keep the community safe, and I don't see how we can do that in this facility.
If we have a better jail, a safer jail, that would make the community safe.
It's daunting, it's scary when you hear that there's a tax, but for the community and to make it safer for our families and our law enforcement officers, I think it's worth it.
So Warren County has a problem. Our current jail is well over 100 years old, and it shows. In fact, Wyatt Earp, a Monmouth native, was alive when it was built. It's unsafe in countless ways to countless people in our community. So what's the solution? On April 4th, 2023, vote yes for the referendum to build a law enforcement center that will put safety first for generations to come. Now you might have questions. First, how much is this going to cost? For a state-of-the-art law enforcement center benefiting all of Warren County, the estimated cost is between $16 and $18 million. Which brings us to our second question. How are we going to pay for it? On this table, we have $100 in quarters. The county is proposing a 0.75% tax increase that would immediately be removed upon the project being paid for. As an example, that means the tax would only add 75 cents to every $100 spent on qualifying expenses. That's it. Out of 400 quarters, only 3 would go to a safer Warren County. So, is the need real? Yes. Is the time now? Yes. And is the cost worth it? Yes. That's why on April 4th, I'm voting yes to put safety first, because our community deserves it.